Another thing that people need to prepare for are earthquakes. Do I think there's going to be major earthquakes coming around this fall and winter? Of course. There's going to be major earthquakes all over the world, including Europe, Asia, United States, Canada. And these earthquakes and major solar storms is going to cause major weather anomalies. And this is going to really destroy human civilization. It's going to be massive flooding, tsunamis, earthquakes. All of these biblical revelations are going to start happening this fall. We're going to see major pandemics because I just read in the news that they just culled a bunch of birds in China because the birds had H1N1. They say that scientists say that after 3 mutations, it's going to be transmitted through humans. Do you know what will happen when that happens? That's going to be shit hitting the fan. So people need to be prepared for that, a major pandemic. Do I think governments might start a pandemic? Of course. Of course. Governments have always been doing false flags throughout history, all the way back to Caesar of Rome, the Rubicon, all the way back to Adolf Hitler burning his own Reichstag, all the way back to Stalin of Mao. All of the governments have been responsible for killing over 300 million human beings. 300 million. That's over a quarter billion. Over a quarter billion. That's over 20% of the population of the world back then. They have been over the last century. All these things are going on. I just saw a newspaper article about kids crying over in Afghanistan and Iran and Iraq because of all the war that's been going on over there. What does this all mean? What does this all mean? Well, in layman's term, let me put it to you this way. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and especially with the economy going this way and governments preparing, I think people need to prepare. Now, if nothing goes wrong, you just have a large store of food that you can consume, and that'll be fine. Food prices are going up anyways. So, let's say everyone's wrong and nothing happens. Well, you just got a huge storage of food. That's all, and that's still money. So nothing bad will happen if you prepare. Now let's look at it the other way. Let's say that you're completely caught off guard, completely unprepared. The power grid goes off. There's a pandemic. And there's economic collapse. There's riots in the streets, and people are going all over the place. Refugees, and people are starving to death. Major weather anomalies. People are getting very sick. What do you think is going to happen when that happens and people are caught off guard? So I really care about people, and I really need to help people prepare. And the only way they can do this right now is to store up on food, medicines, and be prepared. Being prepared for emergency is the best way to not get caught off guard. So I think that this fall, September, October, November, and December, is going to be one hell of a shitstorm. So I am telling you this. Sort of prophetically, that the shitstorm of the century is coming around the corner. Shitstorm of the century.